Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming out for Saturday night's rescheduled quarantine concert. Sorry about yesterday. Had a little appointment to do and trying to figure out the technical issues we were having the last month on here. So we got those resolved today, I hope. Crossing our fingers, and I have my phone handy in case Jane senses anything wrong. She can text me immediately and we'll handle it right there. So welcome to the 13th quarantine concert. We're coming out of the COVID slowly but surely. So I can actually, maybe I should start calling these the semi-pseudo post-COVID concerts number 1. Or 13A, 14, I don't know. So hopefully God grabbed yourself a drink, sit back, enjoy it, got some tunes, and give you some latest news. So I was hoping to premiere tonight the first track, Stem the Tide, in its final form to you guys tonight, but because of everybody working so hard, my friend Darren, who's mixing it down in Colorado Creative Music in Denver, Colorado, he's a little backed up. So the song has been sent off. I'm just waiting for it to be returned, but that hasn't started me from working on the second song, which is called Melting Ice, and I'll be playing that this evening. So I'm working on that one. I'm hoping to get that one finished up in a couple weeks and send that one off to get mixed and mastered, and then start on the third song. So that's the whole idea. I'm going to keep doing one at a time, and then we'll be premiering them. So tonight I'm going to start off with a song I wrote for my grandmother's that passed away in the mid-'90s. It's called In Memory Of. It was on my first CD and my last CD. I put it on there with my little trio. It's called In Memory Of. And I want to dedicate this song to an old professor of mine who passed away last week at the age of 68. He had been declining health. His name was Mike Coates. He was our audio production professor at Morehead State University back in the late 80s. And there are so many of us that learned so much from that man. You can't even begin to know the impact he had on so many of us. He was quite a character in his own right. Musicians. But I want to dedicate this song to him, to Mike. So any of my Morehead State friends that are out there, this is for Mike. So sit back, enjoy the evening, and this is In Memory Of. That's for old Mike Coates. Rest in peace, Mike. Hope you meant a lot to a lot of people. Thank you. So up next, get a little drink. I'm doing a little Pinot Noir this evening. If whatever you have, please put in the comments what you're having for this evening. So up next is number 2 that I am recording. Melting Ice. It's a little jazzy tune. But like I said, this album's kind of being a big epic sound. So actually I came up with this new album project. Think of Yanni meets Trans-Siberian Orchestra. So put that together. So I think you get an idea what this album's going to be like. It's big. Fun. So the next song is called Melting Ice. It is going to be the release number 2 on the new CD, One by One. Enjoy. That was Melting Ice. So, kind of a winter title, but it'll be the second track on the new CD called One by One. So coming up next, is Stem the Tide. They got him drinking. Now, Stem the Tide is the first release. Oh, I'm going to do one little change here. Let me shut that off. All right. So this one is Stem the Tide. This is what we're waiting for to get back from the studio. I feel like a giddy little kid waiting on Christmas morning going, where's the email? Where's the email? Where's the email? So hopefully Darren will get that to me in the next couple of weeks. So the hope is that if he gets it to me in a couple of weeks, I can premiere it in the July quarantine concert, and I think you guys will really enjoy it. So it's a little bit bigger sounding than my previous album. So, all right. So this is Stem the Tide. That was Stem the Tide. All right, coming up. Now I'll stay in this kind of fast fade for a little while. So coming up next is, I don't know if this will be the third or fourth song I work on, because I better get a title before it. This is my A major fast tune, no title. So if you got an idea for a title for this one, feel free to put in the comments. Oh, I'm going to put this back on. Kind of like that little springy pad behind the piano. It's kind of nice. Yeah. So we'll do that. So this is the A major, the fast tune. All right. Enjoy. There we go. That was the A major fast tune. So it needs a title. Please put in the comments a title. What is it? Bouncing ducks. Fast running skates. Fast running. Or I don't know. Come on, that. All right. So, in the vein of fast tunes, this is one of my favorites. And actually, if you've been coming to these concerts a lot, I think you know this is one of my favorites. Besides the Pink Panther, which I always do at the end. I'm a big Beatles fan. So, I took one of their slow songs, which was beautiful in its own right. String quartet, Paul McCartney worked with George Martin on this, called Eleanor Rigby. So, I kind of make Eleanor Rigby wake up from the dead, as I should say. So, this is a very unorthodox version of Eleanor Rigby. So, we're going to have a really happy version of Eleanor Rigby. So, sit back, enjoy. This is Eleanor Rigby. That was the nice little song called "Oh Another Day." That's the original. All right, so Apapino, if you got them, drink them. Okay, now we're gonna slow it down a little bit. Actually, when I was earlier telling you about Mike Coates at the beginning, a professor that passed away recently, he actually recorded and mixed my first two CDs, Treasures of the Soul and Hunter of Dreams. And that was back in '96 was my first one. So, being a professor-student relationship all through college, it's that relationship. And when I came up to be literally a client of his, so I'm paying him to record and mix and master my first album. And I drove up I spent a solid week in Moorhead finishing that album in August of '96, and I still remember it. And I remember the first day, I hadn't seen Mike in about 2 years, and face to face. And so we had that first day, and all we did, we actually wasted the first 5 hours just gabbing. We were talking about, college and things and politics and gossip. We were just having like two buddies, just having a great conversation. It was really nice that Mike and I could have that relationship. It was really great. It was just like, yeah, and then, we're like clinking. We had like some drinks and everything. We're just like in the studio. Actually, he didn't drink, so I just had like a water. So it's not what you think. And it was just really nice to be kind of just like two musicians hanging out with each other instead of that professor-student relationship. So I still think about him since he passed away, and I'll be going up to his funeral in Moorhead once more news comes out about when and where that's going to be at. So yeah, he recorded the first two, and then when I was here in the States, I just continued on to record the future ones with other Moorhead State graduates. And Darren is a friend of mine from Moorhead State who lives in Denver at Colorado Creative Music. So, long story short. This next song is called Sands of Time. It is from that CD, Treasures of the Soul, and then I re-recorded it for a jazz ensemble on the last CD, Note by Note. So enjoy. This is Sands of Time. That was Sands of Time. All right, we're at the half mark. Or, yeah, 7:34 here. I think there's about a minute delay for you guys, so I'm actually in the past or in the future. Yeah, in the future for you. Yeah. All right, coming up is a song that's going to be on the new one. I can already tell you this one is going to be huge. When I say huge, I mean like 50, 60 instruments. I'm talking full-blown orchestra, a lot of heavy guitar. Like I said, Yanni meets Tri-Siberian Orchestra. I'm going to power. This one's called Lost Boys. And as you guessed, the title comes from Peter Pan. I don't know why that title popped in my head, but it did and it stuck. So as I played, you can probably imagine where the guitars would be. And might not know where the strings are, but I think you'll know that this is going to be a rockin' tune. So sit back and enjoy the Lost Boys. that was The Lost Boys. All right. So, drink. Still got some Pinot. Got him, drink them. So, all right, coming up next, an old classic. I had it on the last CD. Been playing this since I was a teenager. Actually, it was the very first jazz song I ever heard. It was in college, and I went, "That's jazz? That's..." So I always thought jazz was a certain type, and I didn't realize there's so many forms of jazz at that time. What do you expect from an 18, 19-year-old kid? So, this is called Take 5 by Dave Brubeck. It was actually written by Paul Desmond in his band. He played the saxophone. And it's in 5/4 time, which is so cool. 1, 2, 4, 5, 1. So, enjoy. This is my Take 5 of Dave Brubeck. That was Take Five by Dave Brubeck Quartet. It was written back in the early 50s. And it still holds today. All right. Gonna slow it down with one slow song here. All right, so we got 15 minutes. All right, so this one is called The Rains That Fall. This is off my second album called Hunter of Dreams. I was going to rearrange it for note by note, but I never got around to it. Who knows? Maybe I'll kind of rejigger it for one by one. Who knows? Because I'm doing one at a time. Luckily, I have all the songs picked out for the new album. It's just now taking one at a time to get them arranged and sent off. So keep checking back on the website and Facebook for upcoming news. All right, this one is called The Rains That Fall. That was The Rains That Fall. All right, we're coming up to the last song of the night, and we all know what the last song is. If you're new to this, you're going to learn. So, this is called The Pink Panther. One of my favorites. Probably the longest song that I keep. How would you say it? The one song in my repertoire since I was a kid that I still play to this day. Actually, a little truth to the song. When I was taking piano lessons as a kid, I was never assigned this song. My little brother was. So I remember seeing the sheet music on the piano and he had. I'm like, oh, cool, Pink Panther. That is actually how it was written. And I just loved it. And the one thing about Henry Mancini tunes, and actually a lot of Henry Mancini tunes are kind of like in that vein. Now, here's a little quiz for you. Does anybody recognize this song from Henry Mancini? Baby Elephant Walk. And can you name the movie? Starring John Wayne. It's a very disturbing film in these days. Looking at it. It's called Hatari. It's about John Wayne being a trapper in Africa. But great score by Henry Mancini. So this is, actually he wrote that one first, Baby Elephant Walk, and then Pink Panther was in the 60s with the Pink Panther movie. So anyway, I'll get stopped talking. So I want to thank everybody for coming out for the 13th. The 13th quarantine concert, or you can call it the semi-pseudo first COVID transition concert of the summer. So I look forward to seeing you guys in July and hope, let's pray, I have something to show you from Darren down in Colorado that we have a final mix and master of Stem the Tide. I love to preview it for everybody at the concert. You guys will be the first ones to hear it before I put it up on Spotify, Pandora, and Apple Music. And you'll also be able to hear it directly from my website. So thank you guys for coming out. And I want to close with the Pink was a Pink Panther. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you so much for coming out on a Saturday night. And thanks for handling the rescheduling. I will see you guys in July. And crossing our fingers, we'll have the premiere of Stem the Tide, the first song from One by One. I hope to see you then. Have a great weekend. Have a great July 4th weekend. Happy holidays. Talk to you next month.